Hey, it's Alexis. So recently I did an unhaul video, so I thought it would be time to do an updated physical TBR video and then reorganize my shelves. Since they're all on the floor now. So I have them all stacked up into genre so that it's easier for you guys to see which books you would be interested in seeing me read. I guess the first stack is going to be the books that I have started and have not finished yet. So we have Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. I am 79 pages into it, currently reading this one. We have How the Penguin Saved Veronica by Hazel Pryor. I am on page 35. Started this 3 months ago. We have Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. I am 100 pages into this, currently reading this one as well. We have The Book Eaters by Sunny Dean. I started this yesterday on audiobook, and I made it about 11% in or something. Don't know what page that equates to in the book, but here's the book. We have Belladonna by Adeline Grace. I made it to page 56 about a month or two ago. Haven't picked it up since. We have Finale by Stephanie Garber. I literally am on page 378. I just need to finish this little bit. Hopefully I'll do that today or tomorrow. Funny Story by Emily Henry. We're on page 101. Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I'm also on page 100. Just need to read those. Don't know why. I haven't, but there they are. Next, we have historical fiction. So we have The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna, and Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. Next, we'll do classics, because who doesn't love a good classic, right? First, we have Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. We actually just did in one of my classes a whole lesson on the Bronte sisters, and now I really want to read Wuthering Heights. We learned that Emily wrote it and then Charlotte edited it after Emily died, so there's like 2 versions out there. So I kind of want to read that book. I don't own it, but I want to read it. And then we have Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I don't know how to say that. Now these books are like magical realism. Adult magical realism. So we have The Good Part by Sophie Cousins, The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston, The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston, A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. Now we have our science fiction. I never thought of myself as a sci-fi girly, but I have 6 books that are considered sci-fi. So we have Vicious by V.E. Schwab. We have Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. 11/22/63 by Stephen King. This is probably the biggest book I own. The Ministry of Time by Kayleen Bradley. And Starbringer by Tracy Wolff and Nina Croft. So these are my mysteries. We have Anxious People by Frederick Bachman. Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice to Murderers by Jesse Q. Stutando. Finley Donovan is Killing It by Ellie Cosimano. And then we have Dial A for Aunties in a Wedding, The Good, the Bad, and the Aunties by Jesse Q. Stutano. And then these are my thrillers. So we have If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. I'm currently taking a Shakespeare class, so I kind of want to read this one soon. The Best Way to Bury Your Husband by Alexa Castle. Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian McAllister. Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. Murder Your Employer by Rupert Holmes. Home is Where the Bodies Are by Geneva Rose. And I actually got the Barnes & Noble exclusive, so it looks like a VHS coming out of its case. Like, that is so cool. First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston. None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. Listen for the Lie by Amy Tantera. I think I kind of want to listen to this one on audiobook, since you're supposed to listen for the lie. This is kind of a category by itself, but we have True Crime, which is The Art Thief by Michael Finkel. I'm kind of excited for this one because I used to be an art history major, so this one like sounds like it's kind of right up my alley. Next, we have young adult historical fiction. So we have Lovely War by Julie Berry. I'm actually really excited for that one. I've heard nothing but amazing things. We have young adult graphic novel, which is one book by itself, but we have Lore Olympus by Rachel Smith. This is book 1, and I'm so excited to read this one. Young adult mystery thrillers. We have Little White Lies and Deadly Little Scandals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. We have Good Girl, Bad Blood, As Good as Dead, and Killjoy by Holly Jackson. I want to read these, but I think I want to reread the first one because it's been a while since I read it. So I think I just want to read the whole series. Let me know if you want to see a video of that. And then we have One of Us is Lying and One of Us is Next by Karen and McManus. There's a third one of this, right? I think so. I'll do the young adult, like magical realism. So we have Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince and Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Still trying to finish my first time ever reading these. Hopefully that video's coming soon. And then we have Geekerella, Bookish and the Beast, The Princess and the Fangirl, all by Ashley Poston. These are young adult magical realism. We'll do adult fantasy. So I have Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. We have Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands by Heather Fawcett. And then we have Legends and Lattes and Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldry. I've tried like 4 different times to get into this one, and I just can't. So I'm going to try to audiobook it, and if I still can't get into it, I'm just going to unhaul these. But I know that they're loved, so I'm trying really hard to get into them. Next, we have The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, Phantasma by Kaylee Smith, The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig, The Study of Drowning by Ava Reed, and this one's a really pretty edition. We have Assistant to the Villain and Apprentice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer, and I'm pretty sure the third one comes out in August. So should I read these before that one comes out, or just wait and then make a reading vlog reading all 3? Let me know. We have When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. This one's also the sprayed edges. The Games Gods Play by Abigail Owen. Again, sprayed edges. The Courting of Bristol Keats by Mary E. Pearson. This one also has sprayed edges. I think these are really cool. The Wren in the Holly Library by K.A. Lundell. Also sprayed edges. We have Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, Parts 1 and 2, the Special Rehearsal Edition script. So I haven't watched the play, so I didn't know where this ended up, but we have this. The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. I've been hearing amazing things about it. Just need to get myself to read it. Then we have Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, and Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. Should I read these or wait for the next one? I know it's going to be a while for the next one, so just let me know. And last in the stack, we have Trust in the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. We'll do young adult romance. So we have Today, Tonight, and Tomorrow, and Past, Present, Future by Rachel Lynn Solomon. I think this one's technically new adult because the kids are in college now, but it's the same couple from this one. So we have See You Yesterday by Rachel Lynn Solomon. All the Bright Places by Jennifer Nevin. I've heard this one's really sad. And If He Had Been With Me and If Only I Had Told Her by Laura Nowlin. Again, I've heard these are really sad. We'll do general fiction. So I have Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid, One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid, Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. We have The Switch and The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary, Good Material by Dolly Alderton, The Husbands by Holly Gramazio. Sorry if I said that wrong. We have Graceland by Nancy Crozier, Emma of 83rd Street by Audrey Bozzella and Emily Harding, Under the Egg by Laura Marks Fitzgerald, and then we have The Bookshop of Second Chances by Jackie Fraser, The Littlest Library by Poppy Alexander, and I think this cover is so cool. It's literally like a little free library. Then we have Beartown by Frederick Bachman. I know this one makes a lot of people cry, so I'm nervous for this one. And The Jet Setters by Amanda E. Ward. Hopefully I'll read this one this week or next week. We have Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors, The Wife App by Carolyn Mackler, The Collected Regrets of Clover by Mickey Bramer, 28 Summers by Ellen Hildebrand. We have The Guncle by Stephen Rowley, The Hotel Nantucket by Ellen Hildebrand, The Summer of Yes by Courtney Walsh, Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby? Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt, The Wedding People by Allison Espatch, The Perfect Couple by Ellen Hildebrand, A Little Life. I'm so terrified to read this one. The Invisible Husband of Frick Island by Colleen Oakley, The Wartime Book Club by Kate Thompson, The Banned Bookshop of Maggie Banks by Shauna Robinson, The Help by Catherine Stockett. I love the movie, so let's hope I like the book too. Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman, Amazing Grace Adams by Fran Littlewood, Before the Coffee Gets Cold, still cannot pronounce this author's name, Really Good Actually by Monica Heisey. Sorry if I said that wrong. Jackpot Summer by Alyssa Friedman, Annie Freeman's Fabulous Traveling Funeral by Chris Radish, and Hotel 21 by Cynthia Rich. Now out for nonfiction/memoirs. Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton, Grief is for People by Sloane Crossley, I Can't Make This Up, Life Lessons by Kevin Hart, The Next Chapter by Jana Kramer, The Woman in Me by Britney Spears, One in a Millennial by Kate Kennedy, and Atomic Habits by James Clear. So now we have young adult sci-fi. So we have The Gracier by Kim Lickett, Cinder by Marissa Meyer, Hello Girls by Brittany Cavallero and Emily Henry, When the Sky Fell on Splendor, and The Love That Split the World by Emily Henry. We have the Hunger Games series, the first 3, because I never read these as a kid. So we have Mockingjay, Catching Fire, and The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Let me know if you want to see a reading vlog on this. Then we have Scythe by Neil Shusterman. And we have the Renegades trilogy. So we have The Renegades, Supernova, and Arch Enemies by Marissa Meyer. Okay, so now we're down to the last 2 categories. We have adult romance and young adult fantasy. We'll do this one first. So we have Fairy Godmother by Jen Calonita, and this one has purple sprayed edges. It's really pretty. Next we have the Villain series by Serena Valentino. I read the first 2. So we have Poor Unfortunate Soul, Mistress of All Evil, Cold Hearted, Mother Knows Best, The Odd Sisters, Evil Thing, Never Never, Fire and Fate, and Kill the Beast. Next we have Powerless, Powerful, and Reckless by Lauren Roberts. So book 3 comes out in April. So should I just wait for that one and then read them all at the same time in a reading vlog? Let me know. Then we have the rest of the Kingdom Keeper series. We have Power Play, Shell Game, Dark Passage, and The Insider, all by Ridley Pearson. We have Dangerous Secrets, The Story of Edna and Agnar from Disney's Frozen 2 by Mari Manikowski. Then we have the Disney Twisted Tales series. Besides the few that I've read, we have Once Upon a Dream by Liz Broswell. And then we have A Whole New World by Liz Broswell. Conceal, Don't Feel by Jen Calonita. We have Go the Distance by Jen Calonita. What Once Was Mine by Liz Broswell. Straight On Till Morning by Liz Broswell. When You Wish Upon a Star by Elizabeth Lim. Unbirthday by Liz Broswell. Almost There by Freya Roshan. Fate Be Changed by Freya Roshan. Sally's Laminate by Mari Manikowski. And then we have A Twisted Tales anthology by literally all the authors that I've mentioned before. And then we have Divine Rivals, Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. We have Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. We have Trial of the Sun Queen by Nisha J. Tooley. Flower Heart by Catherine Bakewell. Heartless by Marissa Meyer. Foxglove by Adeline Grace. I need to finish Belladonna. Then we have Legendborn, Bloodmarked by Tracy Deon, and I know the 3rd one just came out this month. We have The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. We have Bring Me Your Midnight by Rachel Griffin, and this one, the naked hardcover, is so beautiful. I need to read that so I can just display this on my shelf. Oh my god, look at the end pages. And then the front is a map. I need to read this, guys. Then we have A Million Jones by Emily Henry. Then we have Heartless Hunter and Rebel Witch by Kristen Ciccarelli. And the Shadow and Bone trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. So we have Shadow and Bone, Siege and Storm, and Ruin and Rising. 5 stacks of romance. Adult romance. We have the rest of the Boys of Tolman series. So we have Keeping 13, Saving 6, Redeeming 6, and Taming 7. We have the Magnolia Park series. And of course I had to get the original covers because I don't like the new ones. So we have Magnolia Park, Daisy Hate, Magnolia Park's A Long Way Home, Daisy Hate's The Great Undoing, and Magnolia Park's Into the Dark by Jessa Hastings. Then we have Never by Jessa Hastings. Then we have The 2 Lives of Lydia Bird by Josie Silver, The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center, Honey by Isabel Banta, If the Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy, and Tangled Up in You by Christina Lauren. And these are part of the Meant to Be series. Sorry. Then we have You Again by Kate Goldbeck, The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren, and The Favorites by Lane Fargo. We have Beneath the Stars by Emily McIntyre. Then we have Expiration Dates and One Italian Summer by Rebecca Surley, Passion Project by London Sperry, Funny Feelings by Tara DeWitt, Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I really need to read this. I'm probably the last person in the world who has not read this one yet. We have Behind the Net by Stephanie Archer, Hazel Fine Sings Along by Katie Wicks, 7 X's by Lucy Vine. We have Ghosted by J.M. Darhauer. Then we have Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage, The Love of My Afterlife by Kirsty Greenwood, Lost and Lassoed by Lila Sage. This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan, Fish Out of Water by Katie Ruggles, With Love from Cold War by Alicia Thompson, The Girl He Used to Know by Tracy Garbus Graves, It's a Date Again by Geneva Rose, Love Naturally by Sophie Sullivan, The Worst Best Man by Mia Sosa, Leather and Lark by Bren Weaver, and A Love Song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams. Next we have the Dirty Air series by Lauren Asher. So we have Throttled, Collided, Wrecked, and Redeemed. We have Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. Then we have The Wedding Menu, and I don't know how to pronounce the author's name. I'm sorry. Then we have The Wedding Season by Katie Burchell. The Art of Catching Feelings by Alicia Thompson. Barely Even Friends by May Bennett. Butcher and Blackbird by Bren Weaver. I'm going to read this one really soon. Video will be coming. And My Big Fat Fake Marriage by Charlotte Stein. Ready or Not by Cara Bastone. Fake It Like You Mean It by Megan Murphy. Accidentally Amy by Lynn Painter, which is the new version of the book. I have read the old version before. We have Indigo Ridge by Devaney Perry. Wedding Dashers by Heather McBreen. My Vampire Plus One by Jenna Levine. Then we have my Vari McFarlane books. So we have You Belong With Me, Mad About You, Don't You Forget About Me, Between Us. We have The Jewels of January by Julia Hart. The Road Trip by Beth O'Leary. Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. I just need to read this one. Then we have The Authenticity Project by Claire Pooley. The Godparent Trap by Rachel Van Dyken. And Between Friends and Lovers by Charlene. I don't know how to say your last name, I'm sorry. So then we have Fall Into Temptation by Lucy Score. Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. Mr. Fixer Upper by Lucy Score. Rock Bottom Girl. The Dead Guy Next Door. The Worst Best Man. And By a Thread, all by Lucy Score. I don't know if you guys saw that in the video, but the whole stack just fell over. We have The Bromance Book Club by Lyssa Kay Adams. Not That Kind of Ever After by Lucy Adams. You've Got Mail by Mariana Adair. The Book Proposal by KJ Mitchkay. P.S. I Hate You by Lauren Connolly. Just Haven't Met You Yet by Sophie Cousins. We have The Ex-Vows and You With a View by Jessica Joyce. We have the Rose Hill series by Elsie Silver. We have Wild Love, Wild Eyes, and Wild Side. And I didn't know that these were different editions, so that's gonna bug me. Then we have The Rule Book, The Cheat Sheet, Beg, Borrow, or Steal, Practice Makes Perfect, all by Sarah Adams. We have Savor It by Tara DeWitt. Anatomy, A Love Story by Santa Schwartz. When in Rome by Sarah Adams. Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan. Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kwong. Paper Princess by Erin Watt. The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. And we also have the Happy Ever After playlist and Life's Too Short, also by Abby Jimenez. Then we have 4 books by BK Borson. So we have First Time Caller, In the Weeds, Mixed Signals, and Business Casual. I have read Love Life Farms. Then we have Happy Medium by Sarah Adler. Is She Really Going Out With Him by Sophie Cousins. Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. We have Next of Kin and Next to You by Hannah Bonham Young. Right on Cue by Fallon Ballard. Dream Girl Drama by Tessa Bailey. We have Would You Rather by Allison Ashley. Every Summer After, Meet Me at the Lake, and The Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. Heart and Soul by Jen Frederick. Then I have The Dixon Rule, The Graham Effect, and Girl Abroad, all by Elle Kennedy. I have Wildfire and Daydream by Hannah Grace. I did not like Icebreaker that much. Would I like these more, or should I just unhaul them? Let me know. We have Love Interest by Claire Gilmore. Unsteady by Peyton Corinne. Before I Do by Sophie Cousins. Hello Stranger by Catherine Center. And The Neighbor Favor by Christina Forrest. This is my entire physical TBR. I'm now going to count them and we'll put them on the shelf. And I'll let you know the final tally for my physical TBR. My guess, before I count them, 310. Leave your guesses below and I'll count them and we'll see who's right. Okay, so I think that now I'm going to organize these books by author to put them back on the shelf, because I just don't know how it would look having them by genre. I think by author is going to be my best bet. So let's turn on a YouTube video and get to organizing. Okay, so now they're mostly in piles, so let me reposition the camera and we'll start putting them on the shelves. Okay, so I have all the books back on the shelf, and I just counted them. There's 305 on my TBR. That's a lot lower than it was. I was about to say good. It's not really good, but it's a lot lower than it was, so I'm proud of that. So now I'm going to give you a little bookshelf tour and show you all the trinkets on it. So this first shelf is all the books that I have read. Then the next two, the black and the other white one, are my TBR shelves. And if you notice on the white shelf, we have 2 empty shelves. Finally. And then, of course, here's my book cart. The books in the back that you can't really see are my monthly TBR. That's where I keep them. So, okay, let's, I guess, go ahead and start talking about the stuff on my shelf. So on the shelf of books I've read, at the very top, there's that brown teddy bear. His name is Brownie. My husband got him for me when we had been dating like 2 months, I think. So I've had him for over 13 years now. That's really crazy to say out loud. Next is that blue bear up there. His name is Blueberry because, you know, I'm original. And he's actually made out of a t-shirt that was my dad's. And the pillow next to Blueberry is a shirt that was my great-grandmother's. Okay, moving down on the shelf. On the first shelf, we have this plush book that says I like my men fictional. I think I got this from Kohl's, but I know that like Books A Million and stuff also had it. Next, I have this little bear statue, I guess. Got this at Goodwill. Very cute. Next, I have this turtle Sunday from Culver's. His name is Sunday. Next, I have Belle. She is a cute pocket or something. I forget the name of it, but I just think she's really cute. She's my favorite Disney princess, so I had to have it. Then down here, we have this Eiffel Tower that I got at the Goodwill. For some reason, a few years ago, well, more than a few, probably like 10, I became obsessed with Paris, even though I've never been there. So I started buying Eiffel Towers. And then I have this wooden camera that I also think came from the Goodwill. Then on the next shelf, I have these 2 snow globes. We have a Minnie and a Mickey. This one's from 2005. And this one is from 2009. Over here, we have a Rachel Duck from Friends. I just thought that was really cool. And on the very bottom, just another fake plant. Oh, and here's my Eiffel Tower bookend. Because like I said, I've been buying Eiffel Tower stuff for years now. On the next shelf, on the top, we have a fake plant. And then an Olaf lunchbox. Funny story. My dad, let's see, 7 years ago maybe, was so proud of himself because he bought that for me for Christmas. And my stepmom was like, I let him buy presents on his own. It was probably a mistake. But I've kept it because he was so happy and proud of it. I don't use it, but it sits right up there. Then that next Olaf is actually a 10-inch Funko Pop, I think. And then that is a grilled cheese squishmallow. Pretty sure his name is Little Gouda. And then that's just a regular Olaf stuffed animal. This, I don't really know what it is. I know it's like kind of glass blowing of some sort. But my great-grandma gave me and my sister one of these. I don't know. I was probably like 8. And I've just had it ever since she gave it to me. And I don't really know the purpose of it, so it just sits on my bookshelf. This is Goldie. She's a cheese curd from Culver's. This is a Walt Disney World piggy bank that my grandpa found at the Goodwill, and he bought it for me. It doesn't have a bottom, though, so I can't really use it, so it just sits here. Then I have this little turtle.
My grandma gave me and my sisters all one after my dad passed away. I'm not really sure the significance on the turtle, but he's really cute, so he just sits right here. This is a seashell from my first trip to Florida in, I want to say, 2009. So, had that for a long time. This is Groot. I found him at Goodwill, and he's not the most cutest thing you've ever seen. I just love him. This is Scoopy. He is the custard from Culver's. Then I have this Statue of Liberty little statue thing that I got from Goodwill. I don't know why, I just thought it was kind of cool. Now onto the last shelf. At the very top, we have another fake plant. Next, we have my Olaf Build-A-Bear that doesn't sing anymore. Next is a little hotel thing I got from Target for like $5. And then I have an Olaf Squishmallow and a Stitch Dresses Elvis Squishmallow. Then on the shelf, we have a little statue of Chicago that my husband got years ago on a trip he went on. And then we have Deluxe, who is a deluxe cheeseburger from Culver's. We have this Florida snow globe that I got because when I was working at Disney, I lived in Flamingo Crossings, which was their housing complex. So I got a snow globe with flamingos on it. Then this penguin snow globe, one of my friends got for me in the 8th grade for a Christmas present, and I've just had it ever since. Then here's my calendar. I think my husband got that for me a couple years ago out of this Animal Crossing box from Target. I don't know. And then I found this at HomeGoods. It's a golden retriever sitting on a stack of books, and I just thought that was too cute to not have on my bookshelf. This is actually a Christmas ornament that my brother-in-law got me for Christmas this past year, and I just think it's so pretty. So I have it sitting here on my Disney shelf because it reminds me of Cinderella's carriage. And, of course, Snow White also has to sit on the shelf. So she was at my great-grandma's, and when she passed away and we were cleaning her house, my family told me to take it, so there she is. And then we have Curtis, who is a cheese curd from Culver's. So I have a lot of Culver's stuffed animals because I used to work there. And then I have my TBR jar. I got this from a shop on TikTok Shop, but I will link it below in case anyone's interested. And then there is my vending machine for my Uncharted Chapters series. So yeah, that is a quick overview of my bookshelves. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I had kind of fun filming it, so yeah, if you saw any books though while I was doing this that you really want to see me read, let me know and I will do a reading vlog on them, I promise. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.